That's when I realized that we were scissor sisters.
Welcome to The Guys Review, where we review media, products, and experiences. I don't even... Is that being like Eskimo Brothers?
Very similar. Except wieners don't go in.
Are you still are you friends with any of your Eskimo brothers?
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, Mitchell was at my wedding, so.
It's fair.
Yeah. My name is Steven. I'm one of your tonight 3 co-hosts. Together with us, as almost always, Trey is back, and Tucker, Chris is not here tonight. Say hello, fellas.
Hello.
How's it going?
Yeah. So,
All right, serious question. How many Eskimo brothers do you know that you have?
oh, Jesus Christ.
Because that's how you get shit done, remember?
That I'm actually friends with then?
No, or that you know.
of.
Oh, God. Sadly, offhand, I can only think of one. I know another one, but it's weird. We're Eskimo brothers, but it's like I knew him before the girl. We were friends. It just happened to be.
Devil's Three-Way?
No.
Okay.
I really don't know that many.
No shame in the
Not that I know. Yeah, it's not gay if it's in a 3-way.
And there's no eye contact.
Yeah.
I don't know if your wieners touch. It's pretty gay.
Today we're going to be reviewing the film Iron Man. We had a lot of back and forth, and we kind of honestly decided this at the very last minute. But we figured it's a great, it's a good movie. It's a good start to the MCU.
It is not the start to the MCU.
And it is not a good movie.
It's not the start of the MCU. Blade was the start of the MCU.
No.
Yes, Blade is a Marvel character.
Yes, it is. So, okay, then we could argue Howard the Duck.
That's a fair point. He started it.
This is technically film 1 and phase 1 of the MCU, though.
I'm going to argue that Blade was the first one.
No, Howard the Duck did. If you're going to go that way, if you're just saying it's just Marvel movies, Howard the Duck. Or you can even argue the Iron Man cartoon that came out in 1966, which I was going to use
Cartoons don't count.
Yeah, that wasn't a movie.
Well, but I mean, the What If series is impacted, and the TV series, Loki, and all the TV series that have come out.
Loki.
The series?
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I don't know. I liked WandaVision more, personally.
That was good, too.
I like touching boobs.
I like that, too.
Yeah.
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 If you need me to tell you what they feel like, I'll tell you.
It's like bags of sand.
All
right, before we move into this, let's talk a little bit about
you long time.
You're so stupid. Let's talk a little bit about our weeks, how they were, and then we'll move into the thing. Trey, you want to start? I'll go, and then we'll end with Tucker.
Yeah. Ended up having like the #1 sales store of all franchises.
Hell yeah! Congrats.
In the nation?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done,
Rock
sir.
on, dude.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
It's good news.
So you get a bonus?
Stealing a chicken finger.
Yeah, you get a bonus, or you get a raise or something? Or
I don't know. I'm not paid what I'm supposed to be paid yet, so I will eventually get there. I gotta go back and renegotiate, but I'm trying to get a bigger sample to really try and get what I'm supposed to get.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Anything else you want to add to it? How's Huck? Everything good?
It's good. Today he said dada.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously?
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Has he said
Cheers.
mama yet?
No.
Mama's hard to say, actually.
Yeah, the M's are harder.
M's
than
are
the D's.
harder. Dad is usually one of the first words.
She does all the work and he gets all the gratification.
Pretty much that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how sex works.
Yeah, Abby. Abby's first word was dada also, and Ashley was pissed, and I'm like, it's easier to make the duh than the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. So, okay. Well,
Unless your kid's retarded.
Jesus Christ. All right, my week was, it was really there was nothing really specific about this week, but it was really busy. I had a really, really busy week. I almost have a contract on a house.
Oh, me too, sort of.
Yeah.
The one we're buying, it needs a new roof.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
I got an offer for this house. We negotiated.
The one that you had been
That I've had listed. Yeah.
Okay.
Got an offer. And basically, we negotiated out and everything, but they're having financing issues because they're trying to do an FHA loan, and it's
Never go FHA on a rental.
I know they can't.
Yeah.
So we're trying to see if there's any way around it. I've actually got another showing for that house tomorrow, and then I got another listing this week.
What's the square footage on your house that you got?
The one listed? 1,300. Yeah, it's small.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just going to see if I could make that work if we pivoted. Maybe.
We can talk about it afterwards. Yeah. But I got another listing. One of my owners at a condo association I manage, they came to me to list their unit for sale. So I've done that. I got to fly my drone, and our office bought a drone. So I did some drone photography. So I don't have to pay him, Tucker, for his drone anymore.
I mean, I wouldn't have been paying him to begin with.
I know I shouldn't. Yeah. I told him I would, but then I bought him some headphones. So I only used them one time for that really big house. And then I ended up not actually paying you because I bought you the headphones.
That's right.
So, but other than that, Auburn played today. We had a really shitty game against Mississippi State and lost.
We had a really great first half.
Yeah. Then we had a really shitty second half.
Yes, we did.
So it's kind of just put a poop on the whole day, for me at least.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried not to care.
This is why I pick against Auburn every week, because, like, they suck when you think they should do okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, they should have won this game.
The life of being an Auburn fan.
Yep.
So,
what was the old joke? When I die at the ripe old age of 42 from watching Auburn football, I want the Auburn second half team to lower me into the grave.
So you can let me down one more time.
Exactly.
One more time.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Anyways, but yeah, so it's been a pretty standard week. Just, is what it is. Yeah. So, Tucker, how was your week,
man? It was it's been busy. Yesterday was really busy, but we had our performance evals this week, which was good.
For you?
Oh yeah.
Huh. Who would have thought solving one crime would fucking get you a good evaluation?
Hey, I closed more cases and made more arrests.
Yeah, I mean, just because you flipped the folder over doesn't mean it's closed.
But no, it was good. So good performance eval. Was told by both of my supervisors that I better take the sergeant's test when it comes up in the next month or so. So could be interesting.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, awesome. Congratulations.
But other than that, it's a standard week.
Yeah, Monday through Friday, baby.
So are your raises like merit based, like based on the evaluations, or not?
So now or in the past?
Well, how does it typically work over there?
Now it seems to be more merit based than it has been.
Okay. So if you had a good evaluation and you get this raise, is Courtney still going to be the breadwinner? Fuck yeah.
I knew that's where you were going. I was just going to let it happen. I'm surprised you allowed it.
Yeah.
He didn't see it coming.
He's not that good of a detective.
I'm tired, man.
Always the excuses.
Let's see.
Learn how to fucking drive.
I'm going to put it to you. I got about a $2 an hour pay raise this year.
Okay.
So that brings you to what, like $11 an hour at this point?
Like $12.38.
$12.38.
Yeah.
I really can't joke because I was making less than that before I got this job.
Jeez.
This promotion.
Wow.
They wouldn't give me a fucking raise.
No. I mean, why?
Well, you'd only been there for like 6 minutes.
I'll talk about it later.
All right, we'll move on to some fan mail. Fan mail. All right, we got actually Marcus sent us 2 emails. One he sent me one last week that we
there, bro.
I guess he was responding to. I put out a tweet last Friday before we recorded. Hey, send me anything, and I'll read it. But he sent it Saturday, and I just hadn't read it yet. So I'm going to read that. And then he just sent me another one an hour ago, which I hadn't even seen yet. So this is the first one he sent me. Hello, Goys. G-O with the 2 dots above it. Like, it's very hurdy-verdy. Tucker, I think your Facebook account has been hacked. Someone is posting a lot of homoerotic videos on it. It's not fun to get blasted in the face with that stuff. Ask Steven. Ha ha ha. He knows how it feels to get blasted in the face. It was not my face.
Would you call the chin your face?
No, the underside. Like, it's your chin. It's your neck, if anything.
Knee bone's connected to the leg bone.
And the
And
chin,
your chin
is connected to
your face.
But it's not. It's not.
It's your fucking face. You took a facial from yourself. You might as well have been trying to shoot in your mouth.
If you guys like cop movies, I can recommend Beck.
It was, and he missed.
It's actually good. It's actually good movies. It's Swedish, but they are known in other countries as well. Beck. I feel like I've heard of that one.
Beck? Yeah.
Beck.
He did a song called Loser.
So why don't you kill me?
Yeah.
Steven, I will give you one last challenge. The last one was an easy one, but this is the hardest. Sex, laxer, I-N, lax, ask.
Let me say it.
And I will give you a fair chance as always. Look, it's that sentence right there at the very bottom. I don't know if he's giving me like a phonetic pronunciation of whatever he wants me to try to say.
He's asking you to have sex and then take a laxative.
You usually do that first
I don't know. I don't ask.
for them to take laxatives.
No, just
Sex
what
laxar i... nej, den här går om.
6... Vänta. 6 laxar i en lask...
It's a bunch of Swedish
6
dudes.
laxar i en laskax. Oh my. 6 laxar i en laskax. 6 laxar i en laskax.
All right, I'm over it already.
Hey, Janis, this is impossible. 6 laxar i en
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
They just, need to
Not
speak,
impressed.
they just need to speak American like everybody else.
I know. Yeah. Speak some American. Yeah. Dude, I can't speak Swedish. Like, I showed some people at work. Remember the last one he sent us, the tongue twister, and it was like,
Oh, the one that said Herbie Derby, Herbie Derby?
no, but it was like,
Might as well have.
it was a bunch of like hava 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 hava, but then you looked at it, was a bunch of S's and J's, and it's like I showed it to people at work. They're like, why are they making sounds when it's a lot of S's? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't understand Swedish. I don't get it. It scares me.
Why are you sounding like a robot right now?
I don't know. Because it does scare me. The Herbie Derby scares me. All right, this is the second email I sent. This is actually a pretty good question. I like this. This is also from Marcus. It says, I got a question for y'all. Uh-oh. If you could be a serial killer, what would your MO be and your calling card? Which I think that's actually a pretty legit question.
All right. I'm killing prostitutes.
Because you hate women.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just killing prostitutes. I feel like there's a lot of them, and you probably get away fairly easily. So,
For a while, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you kept moving.
well, you do it in different towns. I mean, like it's worked out pretty well.
So you're like a truck stop killer.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's fair.
And then my calling card. I'm gonna stick.
He's gonna write on the mirror, "I gotta poop."
I'm gonna take it like a windshield wiper blade and stick it in their butt. That's my calling card.
The wiper killer.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. Let's see. My MO. I'd like to think, I mean, I'm going to just totally steal this. I'd like to think more Dexter-esque.
That's where I was going.
No. You can't steal. Like, you got to be your own.
I got to be my own?
Be your own man.
Okay.
Like, who do you hate? Who would you want to, like, wipe out?
Oh, can I go ahead and answer?
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
I mean, if totally hypothetical.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Totally hypothetical.
Allegedly.
People like your uncle?
Pedophiles.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so people like your uncle. And then and what's your calling card?
That's my calling card.
Ejaculating on them for a change?
Your turn. Your turn.
You don't like it, do you?
No, because that leaves DNA and you get called.
Yeah.
Hey, he's not wrong. Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know, maybe a curb stomp?
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
All right.
That's all right.
That's out there.
Gosh, see, y'all got the good ones.
The good ones.
There's
I know.
nothing that says you can't recycle.
I know. I would like to be a serial killer. Can I be a serial killer and an assassin?
No.
Why can't I? I'm talking like political dissidents.
No.
Or take out political leaders.
Because here's the thing, that's not a serial killer. Like that's
If
somebody
I
who gets
kill a
paid.
bunch of them,
I mean, but you're doing it for like a cause and like to get paid or
Yeah.
you know, like that's the whole point of an assassin.
okay, fine.
But politicians I'll allow. So like, so just say
Corrupt politicians.
okay, all right.
I was about to go with
So-
left-handed people. If you weren't going to let me do politicians, I was just gonna say just left-handed people.
So
in general.
every politician?
So I'm on the list. All right,
yeah.
all right.
No. Corrupt politicians. Like
all of them.
Well, that's fair. Let's see, and then my MO. I got to go with a garrote wire,
Okay,
up close and personal.
all right.
And I think my calling card would probably be I'd take the pound of flesh, cut a piece of skin.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do Chris's. I have his proxy this week.
Did he send it to you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sure he did.
It'd be octogenarian women.
I was going to say it's going to be sexually motivated for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be old women.
Definitely old women.
And his MO is gonna be like a reverse like
they have
Black
to have,
Widow.
They have to have a net worth of over $500,000 though.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a reverse Black Widow kind of thing, like your mom. So he's gonna take pointers.
Oh man. All right, what's Chris's calling card?
He's gonna steal their walker.
He's got a warehouse of like canes and walkers.
When they arrest him, he's going to have all of the Depends they were wearing when he killed them.
Used.
Oh.
Flipped inside out.
Oh God! He'll probably
Kind of like an Ed Gein type deal.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'll probably be wearing one.
I like the way it smells. I do it for sexy time.
Oh God! Oh man, Marcus, that was a really good question. Actually, I really like
I
that.
actually appreciate that.
I really do. If you got anything else that you want to ask us like that, please send it to us.
That's what I appreciate about you.
That is what I appreciate about y'all. If you want to, you can send it. You can send us an email, and I'll read any sort of questions like that because I love it. theguysreviewpod@gmail.com. So
is now a good time to point out that like you also this week wanted to do the cigar review for Eric, and I told you I'm not doing it. So fuck you, Eric.
Well, and I told you, like, I know he's giving us shit saying he's going to buy us like mayonnaise flavored cigars. He did not do that. He showed us the cigars he bought us.
They're actually good cigars.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. I have life insurance that says I'm not a smoker, so like it'd be my luck I'd get like lung cancer, and they'd hear this podcast and like
If you get lung cancer from a cigar, you're doing it wrong.
Well,
you don't inhale.
No, but I'm just saying it'd be my luck. They would do that because I said I'm not a smoker. They're going to be like, nope, we're not paying out. So like my son's going to community college like you did, Tucker, and like that's not fair.
Just want to point out that I make more money than you.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I will surpass you in the next year.
You sure about that?
I will. What would you like to wager?
Here we go. Now it's getting interesting.
How about dinner one night?
Deal.
Where?
Roost Chris.
We don't have one in town.
Yeah, it's got to be something local.
I was going to say if you could
Something
do
local.
it, if you could prove it by February, we are going to Atlanta for Letterkenny Live.
No, I have the entire year. I have till January 1st of the next year.
No, you've got until November 13th of next year. You said
That's
a
fine.
year.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm still going to get my raise, and then I'm going to do it again.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Okay. Let's see. Again, remember if you want to join us in our Twitter DM group, go to our Twitter page, which is it's Twitter _guys review on Twitter, and you like the tweet at the top of the page, we'll put you in the group and you can chat with us. It's been Trey, you even got in there for a minute this week.
I did. I posted something.
Which one of y'all knows the Jeff guy?
I do.
Christensen.
Yeah, just my
No, I was
friend.
trying not to do last names. Okay,
Oh,
so his
sorry.
last post.
I mean, like if
He's
anyone
on- yeah, it's on the
if anyone
Twitter.
hears
Well,
this and
yeah.
hops in there, like it's going to
Yeah.
say his name.
well, his last post with the hamburger meat,
Yeah,
the
with-
meatloaf.
Oh, with the Gouda cheese in it.
No,
No, it's
the-
Munster.
No,
Munster.
Munster.
That actually looks fucking brilliant, and I think I want to try that.
Yeah. Has he pulled it off yet?
He has not. He said it was going to go for about 4 hours, and that was I don't know about 2.5 hours ago. 2 hours ago. So
Nice.
I'm excited to see how that turns out because
If it's Jeff, it's going to be awesome.
I believe it.
So how do you know him?
Through my friend Jacob. Like
College buddy or
No, they were college buddies, and Jacob was my best man at my wedding.
Okay.
With Whitney.
Which one?
My dad was my first one, so fuck off.
My dad was mine,
Yeah.
and my only one so far.
Well, see,
So far,
well,
Ashley.
my dad was 0 for 1, so he
Your dad was?
Yeah, so he got booted. And I brought Jacob in, pinch hitter.
That's fair. I mean, yeah. Well, I did it because I had two buddies that I couldn't choose between because one of them I'd known since I was like 4 years old, and one of them I've just had known for years and years. Actually there was three, but I just couldn't choose. So I said, you know what? My dad had his dad as his best man, so I'm gonna have my dad. Worked out.
Yeah.
So, wasn't Tucker, by the way.
I don't blame you. Thing is, though, with Tucker, you probably had an awesome bachelor party.
Actually, he didn't come to my bachelor party. Did you? No, you didn't come to mine. No.
No, I don't think
Why?
so.
We invited you, but
Yeah,
it
I think y'all did it in Atlanta or something. Right?
was Atlanta. Yeah. Can't remember why.
Well, see, my second one.
I think I had
was
to
in-
work or something
Yeah,
that Saturday.
I think you were photography.
Because I was still at Camera Graphics.
Yeah.
My second one, we were in New Orleans,
Mhm.
and Nate went, and
Yeah.
some other people. And Jacob tried to rent a midget so I could hit him in the head with a trash can.
Yeah, I remember you
Those-
telling us
yeah.
about this.
I mean, like, this was going to happen, and I was looking forward to it, and we just couldn't find one that would do it.
I wonder why.
I mean, we offered
It's
$300.
almost like they're people and don't want to get hit with a
Weird.
trash can.
So strange. He posted something on posted something on what's happening in Auburn and
I know,
Oklahoma.
I
Did you
saw
see that?
Yeah, I laughed at both y'all's responses to each other.
He posted something about like
I missed that.
they're doing something about so in Auburn this past week they did a bunch of CSX the
Fuck
train.
those assholes.
Yeah, they went and worked on like
all the
railroad crossings in Auburn, and it fucked everything up.
It made it so much worse.
The traffic was so terrible.
Days.
Monday through Thursday, it was terrible. And so so after, I think it was Friday, he posted something about like, they did all this work on these train tracks, but you still go across it and it'll bounce your coffee onto your
still mix the creamer in your coffee.
Yeah,
I did see that.
Yeah, and so I posted saying something like, well, if you go to Nate and get a new car, that won't be an issue. I was actually trying to help, and his smart ass comes back.
No, that's not how you said it though.
How did I say it?
Like,
I thought I was trying to help.
No, it was something smart ass. Like if you buy one from Nate and it has busted shocks, then that'd be the issue.
And then he hit me back with something about like getting a car from Detroit and it being rusty or something, which it was Indianapolis, by the way, Nate. I got it from Indianapolis.
But you still didn't buy it from him. A guy that you know locally.
Technically I've never met him.
That's right.
He was Steven's substitute.
Yeah, I wasn't here. Or he wasn't. No, I was not here. So I thought about whatever. I did feel bad about it a little bit.
Hey, don't let him lie to you, Nate. He was saying fuck that guy the entire time he was shopping for that truck.
Probably. But you know what, though? Nathan is the best salesman in Auburn that wears shorts.
Short shorts.
Yes, they're very short shorts.
They are very short shorts.
Hey, Nate, when I go look for another truck, I'm going to come see you.
He's still not going to give you a blowjob. I mean, he might.
With those shorts, he might.
He might like lick the tip, but I don't think he's going to go full on, like, to the balls. That's my opinion. I don't know.
Look, I'm not going to say he'd suck a dick, but he'd hold it in his mouth till the swelling goes down.
Well, here's the thing, though. Nate has joined a very successful podcast as a result of coming on here.
That's true.
Not as a result, but I mean after that. So
yeah.
Wait, he joined a podcast?
Yeah, he's on the Dad Bod Golf Pod.
Yeah, it's a golf podcast.
No shit.
And golf is his thing. So selling cars.
They even got sponsors and everything.
Selling cars and playing golf.
So they're better than we are.
Well, they probably don't talk about the shit that we talk about.
Probably not. Probably decent human beings.
It's probably why they have sponsors.
I think you just got to ask. We just got to find a company and ask.
I've emailed companies and I've gotten no response.
Really? Are you like talking to like their marketing team?
Yeah. If you got ideas, we can talk about it. We'll do it all.
Who have you reached out to? Tell me 3.
Depends.
Coors, Adam and Eve, and
really Adam and Eve, like they're on fucking everything.
I know,
and they won't like.
Not that I've heard back yet. And then I can't remember.
Do they understand like Haley would like just put them like over the top like for their sales year?
Probably.
Love you, Haley. Sorry.
We can try again. We'll try again. We'll reach out again. Okay. Moving on. Are y'all ready to get into this?
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to do Iron Man. Directed by Jon Favreau. Stars Robert Downy Jr., Terrence Howard, Jeff Bridges, Sean Toub, Toub. I said Terrence Howard. And Gwyneth Paltrow. It was released on May 2nd, 2008 on a budget of $140 million, which is $180 million today. Box office haul of $585 million, which is $753 million today. Ratings, IMDb gave it a 7.9 out of 10.
How long ago was this movie made?
2008.
2008.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Why?
I'm just curious. They've been making shitty movies this long.
Really, it's strange that no one else thinks that they're shitty movies.
No. There are some other people.
Just keep going.
When we get to the Google review ratings, I bet you there's some other people that agree.
IMDb 7.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes 94%. Metacritic is 79%.
Yeah, so there's like 6 people. Like
6 out of the other.
Google, I'm going 92.
96.
87.
Damn, so we're both.
I'm surprised it was at that low, to be honest.
So there's a lot more people that fucking agree with me.
And they're probably all Android users and they're stupid.
I mean, it made $753 million. Just this one movie. It is the 8th highest grossing film of 2008. It received praise from critics especially for RDJ's performance. It was selected by the American Film Institute as one of the 10 best films of 2008.
Didn't it win an Academy Award?
It received 2 nominations for the 81st Academy Awards.
See, it didn't even fucking win.
Best sound editing and best visual effects.
Yeah, like not even like good categories.
This is film 1 of Phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It has since spawned 26 films, with 12 more currently in production. It is the highest grossing film franchise of all time, having grossed over $23.5 billion. Do
you know Luke,
at the global box office?
Do you know Luke over at he's a mortgage loan officer, like the biggest one in town?
Masden.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
All right. Yeah. So his dad won like an Oscar for like special effects.
Really? Doing what?
Some fucking movie.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. $23.5 billion though to date now from Iron Man 1 to I guess the most recent one was Shang-Chi.
That's not even counting the money that Blade made.
Which was not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but that's cool.
It's a Marvel movie.
It is a Marvel movie.
It started the whole Marvel Cinematic
But
Universe.
it didn't.
Howard the Duck did.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to agree with him on this because this is like one that me and him actually talked about, like us reviewing at some point.
Yeah, I'm totally down for Howard the Duck. This includes Avengers Endgame, which also became the highest grossing film of all time upon release.
Yeah, we do Howard the Duck and then Tombstone.
I'm actually okay with
That's
that.
a weird. That's a weird back to
As long as we get a
back.
Tombstone, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, because I want to do both of them.
All right, first time you saw the movie, Tucker or Trey? Sorry.
10 minutes of it last night. I told you I watched 5 beer movies, and as soon as I realized it was 5 beers, it's over.
I hate you so much right now.
Oh man, I saw this in theaters. I remember seeing the previews.
How many times
and
did you see it in
everything.
theaters?
Twice.
See, so like,
I remember seeing the previews. and
I think I
was
saw it in theaters twice.
I was so excited to see this movie, and in 2008, it did not fucking disappoint.
No, absolutely not. I remember going to the theater to see this, and they had a preview for the new Star Trek movie, and Ashley was even more excited about that, I think, than seeing Iron Man. Her ringtone to this day is
Iron Man?
Yeah, the AC/DC song.
Oh, see, I figured it'd be
It's not. Oh my god, not Thunderstruck.
Back in Black.
I think it is Back in Black.
Back in Black.
So, okay, ready to hear about the movie for the first time, Trey?
No, I'm gonna tell you about the 10 minutes I saw, and then
Tell me about the 10 minutes you saw.
all right. So this dude was talking shit to the fucking soldiers. So already don't like him, not respecting the flag. And then you
Talking shit to the soul.
he was talking shit to the soldiers in the Humvee.
They
that
were
got blown
asking
up.
him if he went 12 for 12 with the Maxim cover girls. That's important information.
Yeah, they were. He was in the Fun V, not the Humdrum V.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for
That was Rhodey.
Except for he didn't fucking go 12 for 12. He tried to cheat and find a loophole because there was twins in December, but no, it doesn't count.
That does totally count.
If you didn't do Miss March, it
there was
doesn't
a
count.
scheduling issue with Miss March.
Yeah. So doesn't count. He didn't go 12 for 12.
How many Maxim cover girls have you banged? How 2008 is this, by the way? Talking about Maxim cover girls.
Hey, I used to subscribe to Maxim back in college.
I know. So did I.
Well, I mean, since you posed that question, the correct answer is I'm not one to kiss and tell.
So none. The answer is
if
none.
that's what you want to believe.
Yes, I do believe that.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say you've never been in the same county as a Maxim cover girl at the same time.
That's a bold assumption because I've traveled.
I'm clear, but I'm still willing to make that assumption.
See, I don't. I'll bet you're probably wrong at that.
I've been in LA, so I'm going to assume that I've probably been in the same county.
You may have.
I've been to Las
And-
Vegas
and New York.
Like, I'm sure there's some skank out there that I was in the same county with.
Some ULV skank?
Huh?
He's definitely never been on the same street, though.
Oh, yeah. Let alone the same building.
I don't know. If you're on the Strip, I mean, like, it's entirely possible. There's a whole lot of
That's
people.
true. I've
there.
been to Times Square also.
Yeah,
And,
so it's entirely possible.
Hollywood Boulevard. All right,
Where
fair
all the
enough.
hookers hang out. Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you think I was doing there when I was 11?
When he went to Times Square, he wanted to hang out with the naked cowboy.
I was naked too.
I'm not surprised.
Just hanging out, letting it all hang out. All right, here we go. The film opens with Tony Stark, who has inherited Stark Industries from his late father Howard.
Yeah, we've already covered this.
In war-torn Afghanistan with his friend and military liaison, Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodey Rhodes, to demonstrate the new Jericho missile.
What about Lieutenant Dan?
Wasn't there.
Okay.
Yeah. His power chair didn't make it out to the desert too well.
Gotcha.
After the demonstration, the convoy that they're in and Stark's Fun V, not Rhodes' Humdrum V, is ambushed by terrorists, and Stark is critically wounded by a missile used in the attacks, one of his company's own. He's then captured and imprisoned in a cave by the terrorist group called the Ten Rings. A fellow captive...
You don't know that at the time.
I think, learn it very soon after.
Okay. I mean, if you just want to jump ahead, that's fine. Spoilers.
A fellow captive and doctor named Jensen implants
13 years.
an electromagnet into Stark's chest to keep the shrapnel shards that wounded him from reaching his heart and killing him. Shit. I was going to ask Chris, does your implant do anything? Does your implant even do anything like that to help keep you alive? But he's not here.
I mean, I think you hook it up to like a car battery and you can jump them off.
I wonder if you could dial it all the way up and it can double not only as the tongue stimulator for Taylor, but also like a, what is that called?
Pacemaker?
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
I think that's how it works. I'm not a scientist.
Yeah. The Ten Rings leader Raza offers Stark freedom in exchange for building a Jericho missile for the group, but he and Jensen know that Raza will not keep his word. So, first little bit. So you only got 10 minutes in. You saw the demonstration, the driving in the Humvee. You saw the attack.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you saw Jensen operating on Tony and putting in the... Did you even get that far?
I didn't even know that he put that in him. But, I mean, like, I knew it was there. Like, I was also watching, like, a football game. So...
All right, so...
But, yeah, like, saw that, you know, like, found out, like, the bad guy is bald, you know, like in all movies.
I love the phone that he's using. Again, just super 2008.
I don't remember that being an actual phone, though.
Oh, yeah. It was a real phone.
Was it? They had the
Yeah.
little screen that flipped out like that?
Sideways, yeah.
I don't
I think
remember
they called it
that.
like the
T-Mobile Sidekick.
Yeah, it's the sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. That's a big product placement.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I'm trying to remember what phone I had back in 2008. It wasn't anything like that.
No. I think at that point...
You probably had an iPhone.
I was going to say, do we have an iPhone in 2008? When did the
Probably
iPhone...
one of the first ones, but like I was still rocking like the BlackBerry.
I think Ashley probably had the BlackBerry too.
I think I had one of those little LG phones that you like open it up and it had the little keyboard in there.
Oh God,
Right?
I hated that. I never
I
had
actually
one.
liked that phone.
Ashley had I never had a BlackBerry.
You can get one now.
No, I'm good. I like my iPhone.
I mean, Brick Breaker was a lot of fun to play.
No, Snake on Nokia.
Snake on
Nokia.
on the Nokia
I
phones.
didn't like Snake.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't my thing.
Oh man. The music in this movie.
That was great.
Oh, it's so good. I just love.
Yeah, you had Back in Black.
Yeah,
That was
it's
it.
really
That
really
was
well
it.
done.
That was the only song.
I'll get to more.
So,
No, there's.
did
I mean,
you- did you see
even
the-
the music for like that was composed for this is really good, and I will explain to you why later on.
Because Tom Morello was in it.
Thanks for ruining it.
Suck a dick.
Did you
No.
Did you see the part where he gets the award, or was that after the 10 minutes? Where he gets the award in Vegas. It's kind of a time jump thing.
Oh, I don't know.
So he gets the. I love that scene where he's playing craps at the craps table, and
Okay, I saw that.
Rhodey's trying to give him the award, the Apogee Award, and he comes up to him and he's like, you know, he's sitting there, he's obviously winning. He's got all these hot girls hanging over him.
Not after Terrence Howard slapped the dice out of his hand.
Well, yeah, well that's because he was trying to get Colonel Rhodes to blow his own dice.
Yeah.
I love that scene. I thought that was hilarious, and it just set up Tony Stark for being this.
I'm wondering.
I'm going to go almost like a James Bond type character without
all the
without the government funding.
Yeah, I wonder how much of RDJ, how much of this is him acting and just him being himself.
I think Favreau wanted him for it just because of
Because of his past.
Yeah.
Literally because of his past. He was born. Everything he's been through in his life prepared him for this role.
Yeah, and he's such a success story because he was. I mean, was early 2000s. He was getting busted all the time for DUI and possession and. And
What's the best RDJ movie?
Chaplin,
Chaplin?
in my opinion. Though I love him in Weird Science.
I love Air America.
I don't think I've seen that one.
That's the one with him and Mel Gibson. They worked for the CIA front that smuggled drugs from Cambodia to Laos. During,
I'll take your word for it, but I have
Vietnam.
not seen it.
Johnny Be Good.
I hadn't seen that one either.
Haven't seen that one.
Anthony
yet.
Michael Hall is a...
Oh, the football recruit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He is so coked out in that movie.
Uh-huh.
He is. Oh my God! I watched that for the first time not several years ago. Yeah,
Tell you another
Anthony
movie.
Michael Hall is his football recruit, and
That's his best friend.
it's his best friend.
Yeah.
And dude, he's like just like pale and sunken eye. I mean, he is just fucking coked out of his brain.
So when you said
He's all, like,
when you
fidgety and shit.
said favorite RDJ film, I'm assuming you're talking outside the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm actually going to go with U.S. Marshals as another one because he was coked out in that one too.
I think
That's RDJ.
Yeah, that's pretty much the
I
whole
mean, it
thing.
was 90, 96, 97 was U.S. Marshals.
Did you ever see Chaplin?
Nope.
Have you seen Chaplin? Oh man, it's so good. It's not. It's a little off
Is it
on.
like a biopic?
It is
Okay.
about Charlie Chaplin.
Well,
but
that'd
he-
be pretty good because I think he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
and I mean, Chaplin's got a really interesting story. So, and he did a lot of stuff himself, and you know, the early days of Hollywood making films, and
You admire his mustache and not. Never mind. Sorry.
yeah, thanks.
he had a really narrow
Sorry, I had
mustache,
to.
didn't he? Huh. It's crazy.
It's weird, isn't it?
Fucking hell.
Who
Yeah,
else in history had one of those?
no one that I can think of.
Can't place it. God, I don't know. God.
Let me walk around for a second.
You gotta stretch over there, Trey.
I do.
Yeah, get that stretch out. Bastard. All right, so Stark and Jensen bond, and they also secretly build a small but powerful electric generator called an arc reactor to power Stark's electromagnet, as well as a prototype suit of powered armor to aid in their escape. Although they are able to keep the suit hidden, mostly to almost to its completion, the Ten Rings discover their hostages' intentions and attack the workshop, just like Trey attacks a whole fucking pint of ice cream.
I paid for it that night.
Wait for it. And like Trey's stomach, Jensen sacrifices himself to divert the terrorists while the suit powers up. The armored Stark battles his way out of the cave like the ice cream does to Trey's stomach. Battling out of the cave.
Wasn't battling out; it just came shooting out.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
It's a fair recreation.
It's actually pretty much exactly what happened. I have a feeling it was probably as dark. The ice cream had the same kind of light as
The lighting in the tunnel.
the lighting in the tunnel. Yeah, that Iron Man
I don't know,
had.
it came out like split pea soup.
Stark finds the dying Jensen and then burns the Ten Rings weapons in anger and flies away, crashing in the desert and destroying the suit. After finally being rescued by Rhodey, Stark returns home and announces that his company will no longer create weapons. Obadiah Stane, his father's old partner and the company's manager, advises Stark that this may ruin Stark Industries and his father's legacy. He urges him to reconsider. In his home workshop, Stark builds a sleeker, more powerful version of his improvised armor, as well as a more powerful arc reactor for it in his chest. His personal assistant, Pepper Potts, places the original reactor inside a small glass showcase. Though Stane requests details of the Mark II, a suspicious Stark decides to keep his work to himself.
So, spoiler alert here, and since Trey didn't see the end of the movie, I'm going to spoil it for him. At what point, when you're watching this movie, do you start becoming suspicious of Obadiah Stane?
As soon as you see he's bald. I don't trust a bald man. Sorry, Tucker.
I'm not fucking bald.
Yeah, look at all that clear hair he has. It's invisible hair.
Yeah.
The Emperor's new wig. Yeah, like minute number 1. But
I mean, to be honest, I didn't trust the terrorists.
But no,
either, cause,
you watch
they're
you read the comics, you kind of
you kind of already know.
You kind of already know.
You kind of already know.
Yeah, I didn't read the comics. I just knew.
Because he was bald.
Yeah.
Such a great reason.
Yeah. What I love about this particular, and the early Marvel movies is they've moved so I watched Shang-Chi last night, which is the most recent Marvel movie. Have you seen it yet?
I hadn't, but we may watch Black Widow tonight.
You should. It's good. But my problem is this, like they've moved to such, everything is digital now and everything is computer generated. And so like even in Iron Man in the last, like in Endgame, he only wears like shoulder pads. Like he doesn't wear they created the full suit of armor for him to wear in this movie. It was a physical, practical effect. And while they use some obvious computer, graphics and everything, so much of this was done practically in person. Mm-hmm. And I just love that feel that you can't replicate.
You can't. You can.
They've
There's
gotten
just something
really
a
good.
little bit off when you're seeing those computer generated graphics.
There is.
Versus seeing the real thing. Just look at T2, for example.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Practical effects.
Horrible.
You're horrible. Awful. You're terrible. I watched Shang-Chi last night in the cave on that TV. It's the 4K TV, and it's really cool what they've done now. They offer it in 4K, but they also offer they've reboxed it.
Which TV?
The one in the room between the hallway and the master bedroom. We call it the cave.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I've hung out in that room.
It's tiny.
Yeah, okay. No. It used to be. I mean, the house didn't really. When it was originally built, it was a 3-1, and so there wasn't really a master bedroom. I guess that would technically be it. Would have been one of the.
Well, yours was the master.
My master is an addition to my house.
Yeah, it's the one that the Camerons had.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay, so, but yeah, it's just a weird room between, and we just no one ever really goes in there besides us. So, It's not usually on the tour of the house.
That's bullshit, because I've helped move furniture in there more times than I care to remember.
That's fair, too. Oh, yeah, we had to move all those shelves and stuff, too. They had built-ins, but not the point. What was that? But yeah, watching Shang-Chi last night in 4K, and it's got they do the, what's the big screen? IMAX. They do the IMAX cut. So you actually get, I guess they rebox it, and so you get more. But you could tell, like, there's a part where these Jeeps are driving, and it's just like, it's computer animated. It's really well done, but you can
tell.
You can tell.
see it.
Yeah, and it's just like, why couldn't you just film Jeeps riding through the woods? I don't know, just a thing.
So what else was there? Oh yeah, so that suit they made. So he was supposed to be designing a Jericho
Rocket
missile,
yeah,
right?
missile. Yeah, sorry.
I realize that these are a bunch of terrorists, third world people living in caves, and they're probably not super educated. But nothing he built at any point even remotely resembled a missile.
Well, and they're watching them on the monitors, looking at schematics, and they're like, "Does that look like that?" I mean, they're not. You're right. They're not dumb, but I mean, they're not obvious. They're literally not.
Are they not though?
They're really not rocket scientists, though. Did you like that part, Trey?
So
Yeah, it was great because there was another bald guy who was the king of the terrorists, and
The bad bald guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, they're all bad. I mean, because
they're all bad and they're all bald.
yeah, I mean, even the doctor, like, he fucking lied to him. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna see my family when I get out of here." He knew he was gonna die.
I don't think he knew he was going to die.
I think he knew because he's like, "It's my destiny. My family's dead. This is why I did this."
No, he knew the whole time. He knew the whole time he wasn't getting out of there.
Yeah.
Well,
His goal was to sacrifice himself.
Yeah, just like Tony knew he wasn't getting out of there.
His goal was to sacrifice himself for Stark.
Oh, Tony.
Tony-
Anthony.
yeah.
Tony Stark. Sorry.
Anthony, I mean, are you on?
Technically, it's Anthony.
Are you on? Are you assuming that?
It is. No, it's Anthony Stark.
Did it actually say Anthony Stark? Because all throughout the entire movie, it just said Tony Stark.
I mean, we can Google it.
I mean,
There's 60 years of Iron Man canon we can back it up with.
I'm not
Anyways.
so invested.
Sorry.
But yeah, so all the bad guys. So I'm assuming all terrorists are bald. So Tucker, I have some questions for you after this.
Where was Tucker?
I'm playing the long con.
Kind of like where was Dan's dad? Where was Tucker?
Like I said, I'm playing the long con.
So those wait, hold on a second. Those IRA bombings, Tucker. Where were you in '84?
We don't talk about these things.
Like the world's tiniest little terrorist.
No, I think that's probably in Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Yeah, you know, they used to booby trap the kids.
That's true, they did.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Or Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Actually, I wasn't going to say anything, but a friend of mine told me a story about one of his things that happened to him, and actually, I think it was technically Iraq, and it was pretty messed up. I'd never heard the story from him. So,
Well, here, I'll tell you a fucked up story.
okay, go for
Yeah.
it.
So my ex-wife, she was like a government contractor and worked at this company. And, you know, I probably shouldn't know this, but I'm just going to reveal it to all 6 people that listen. So this is at the height of, you know, the Iraq conflict or war or whatever we want to call it. So basically the Iraqis came over to the U.S. and said, "Hey, we need y'all to build us some, you know, helicopters to fight them." So basically what the United States allowed their contractors to do was they took like a medical evac helicopter and they just strapped like a gun on it and said, "There you go."
Oh my god. Good luck.
Pretty much.
Oh, this is really a Black Hawk. Look, it's got the gun turret and everything.
There's like duct tape falling off the side, and it's spray painted.
Pretty much. Like it's the kind of helicopter like you probably don't want to ride in anyways, let alone, you know, like go fight bad guys in.
Wow. Yeah.
That's
And
kind of dirty.
Was it? Oh God! I just realized. Was this or was it? Was Veterans Day this week or last week? It was this week, wasn't
This
it?
week.
It was Thursday.
Yep.
So yeah, thanks to all the vets, by the way.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Kind of an apropos movie to do on a Veterans Day weekend.
It is, except for the fact
yeah, of like all the fucking war movies ever. Like we chose this fucking
except
movie.
Iron Man.
Except for the fact that Tony's
Not
basically a terrorist.
Yeah.
How do you mean?
His company was selling like
Well,
weapons
yeah,
to
yeah.
bad guys.
He
Well,
didn't
I mean-
know. He didn't.
He becomes a vigilante.
It's fair.
He breaks God knows how many,
International laws.
well, not just international, but U.S. and international laws. So he's basically a terrorist.
So you know who else went
I
vigilante?
mean, I'm not saying
and
I'm not saying
broke
he was
laws?
wrong, but I'm saying he was basically a terrorist.
Well, I mean, like this same argument applies to somebody from history. Just saying, you know, breaking laws, went vigilante.
I wish we had that on camera.
So I'm glad we don't have the camera today. Fuck's sake, man.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
I mean,
Oh God. I wish we had that.
But the thing is, Tony, I would argue. I mean, I know you're going to argue that person did that for their own, what they found to be moral reasons, but I think Tony's reason and his morality is better. and more correct for the reasons that he did the things that he did.
Okay, but you look at it this way: do you think that the Iraqis and the Afghanis look at us as moral?
As moral or immoral?
As moral people.
No, they don't. They'll say that we are the immoral ones.
Exactly. And
Well, it depends on who you talk to.
we would say the same thing about them.
I mean, there's a cultural relativism to everything, though.
Yeah.
Like you can't look at it as
So-
absolute.
I was going to say, because I think the people in the village that Tony ended up rescuing here in a bit would argue that he did the right thing because they were all about to be killed.
I mean, yes, but Trey's right about the relativity of everything, because you go back to the Civil War. Do you think that the people in the South thought that they were wrong for seceding?
No.
It's all about your perspective and your point of view here.
I guess we're done with cultural relativism at this point.
I think so.
Okay. All right. Y'all ready to move on?
No, we can bring it back later, though.
just like Steven's trying to.
All right. At a charity event held by Stark Industries, reporter Christine Everhart, the woman from the opening of Trick or Treat, by the way, informed Stark that his company's weapons were recently delivered to the Ten Rings and are being used to attack Jensen's home village, Gomera. Stark then dons his new armor and flies to Afghanistan, where he saves the villager and leaves one of the generals to the citizens of the village. Also, one of the best visuals is when the tank that shoots at him, and he turns around and shoots the rocket back and then turns and walks away and it blows up. I love that. You should see it sometime.
Yeah, it's all right. It's 5 beer special effects.
No, that's
Sort of
great.
Dude, that is one of
like
the
T2.
That is a
lightning.
slow motion walk away from an explosion,
Right.
and that is incredible.
I mean, the only thing better is throwing a ball down a going bowling and just throwing it and walking away for the strike.
It's the same thing.
It's the exact
same
It's
feeling.
the exact same feeling, but way cooler because it's the tank blowing up.
Except for it doesn't
No,
work
because
that
you
way in real
knock
life.
all 10 pins down with your own power, not because you have some bio or some mechanical suit.
The whole thing about it, though, I love because he like the tank shoots and he moves and he misses it, and then he lifts his arm up and this tiny little rock and he goes, psst, tink, tink.
I love this. I love that part of the scene where they're all shooting at him, and I think if I remember correctly, he like crouches down or something, and then he goes, "My turn."
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, this is the first appearance of like Iron Man, like
Mark
his
I.
the Mark I. But and he comes in, he does the superhero landing. That's kind of become
The thing.
a thing now. It's the tropey thing. I mean, I guess technically Superman would have done it first.
Where you land in like a squat with your fist on the ground.
Yeah. And then they all shoot at him, and then my turn. Oh, it's so cool, man.
Yeah,
Oh, so.
that's not the
And he's
coolest part. I think the cooler part comes in a minute.
Which part? Is something you saw in a preview, or it's something you're making up?
It's the part where he takes down like the fighter jet.
Was that in a preview?
Are you gonna say that he didn't?
No, I'm not going to say he didn't.
All right. Well then,
Did you read about this, or did you talk to him before I got here?
I mean, I talked Tucker a little bit, but not about this. Why? Are you just mad that I fucking am nailing this whole fucking description? I bet he fucking banged the reporter too, because she's hot.
I don't even know what the reporter looks like.
Yeah, she's in it.
She's in it.
Yeah.
What does that even
Well,
mean?
he just told you. You just told him that it was the girl from Trick or Treat.
Shut up. Whose side are you on here?
My side. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
While flying home, Stark is attacked by two F-22 Raptors. He reveals his secret identity to Rhodes over the phone in an attempt to end the attack. Meanwhile, the Ten Rings gather pieces of Stark's prototype suit and meet with Stain, who had been trafficking arms to the Ten Rings and has staged a coup to replace Stark as Stark Industries CEO by hiring the Ten Rings to kill him.
And I'll bet you the bald guy fucking like takes out the terrorists.
And the light bulb comes on.
What, did you actually watch it? Are you saying?
Yes.
You said you didn't watch it. I believe you. I don't.
What? You're gonna learn not to. Everything I say, you have to approach with a bit of
It's
skepticism.
so weird for me to trust my friends, quote unquote. I didn't even I thought about arguing with you about this. I was like, there's just no point. I'm not gonna waste my time and energy to try to argue with you about watching the fucking movie for the review podcast that we do.
I mean, just assume for the most part, I will watch every movie we agree to watch.
Except for Independence Day.
Yeah, that's 5 beer movie. Fuck that thing.
We need to revisit that and re-review it.
God, I hate you so much. So you did watch the movie.
Did I not call that movie though? I was pretty damn close.
It was pretty close, but still, I mean, but you're missing some of the nuance and the minutia of that movie.
Independence Day?
Yeah.
There was no nuance in that movie. That was in your face, hit you with a brick. kind of
Still,
movie.
Still a good movie.
It was a 90s action movie.
But we
was a 90s
discussed it.
action
It's
movie.
not a good movie. It's
Okay.
fun, and it has
a great monologue.
good nostalgic
Does
memories.
have a good monologue.
But it's not a good movie.
Okay, so
Will Smith dating a stripper.
Stain subdues Raza, and he has the rest of the group killed. Stain also
It's like I saw this or something.
has a massive new suit, reverse engineered from the wreckage, seeking to track his company's illegal shipments. Stark sends Pots to hack into his database. She discovers that Stain had hired the Ten Rings to kill Stark. Quicker than Tucker could uncover the identity of the famed Opelika butthole tickler,
Did you ever solve that crime?
who was sneaking into people's houses and tickling their buttholes.
Did you ever catch him?
No, because I think it's him. I think Tucker's the butthole tickler.
Oh shit!
That's who it is. That's his. He's not a serial killer. He's a serial butthole tickler.
Here's the thing, though.
Oh God!
No, I like this. Go. Continue, please.
If the pedophiles, quote unquote, with air quotes,
Allegedly.
yeah, if that's the ones you'd go after, I mean, are you a self-loathing one?
Yeah. Do you kill yourself first or?
Take out your comrades.
Well, I mean, Steven knows all about comrades.
What does that even mean?
I'll still allow it.
No, that's not. That's not comrades. That's not comrades.
I would still allow it because the communism came from some earlier ideology, and you know, like as world leaders go, like sometimes like great ideas come from other people. So sometimes you just got to wipe out whole groups of people, and you know,
Fuck's sake.
yeah, the Russians. We're talking about the Russians.
Okay. All right. Butthole tickler pivoted to Russians.
Yeah,
How did that even happen?
yeah.
Because you have good taste in friends.
Let's be honest. Stalin only wiped out the poor people. Like, who's the real victim here? Not the world.
No, he wiped out just 5 million Russians from starving them to death, not just the poor people.
Not as bad as Mao Zedong
It's fair.
or,
Kill-
or Pol Pot.
Kill the
Well,
birds.
here's the thing. Mao Zedong didn't intentionally do it.
Did he though? Didn't he though?
I'm going to disagree with you a little bit on there.
Well, I'll give you that.
I mean-
I don't think he intended to do it, but he was a fucking idiot.
Well, what
No, well, okay, so was the intent there initially? Probably not. But as his policies and things went on, the intent was definitely there because he saw what a dumpster fire all that shit was.
He didn't give a shit.
actually not so much. Took Asian history, so buckle up,
Were
Buttercup.
you trying to bang an Asian and impress her?
Nope. I was history major for a minute, so basically,
I like my reason better.
No.
basically Mao Zedong had this culture of you don't want to give the bad news, in his cabinets. So basically, as they were getting these reports, they just lied to him. Said, "Oh, everything's good," because they didn't want to give the bad news because they would be executed.
For giving him the bad news.
Yeah. So instead, those people just didn't really tell him, so he couldn't fix it. Therefore,
But that's what Stalin was basically the same thing, except he also became hyper paranoid.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I don't know how much he knew about, but he also he had tons of people killed too. So Stalin was a little different because he was hyper paranoid.
Yeah. But, you know, sometimes when you're taking out like large groups of people, like you do it for a reason. And you think you're doing it for the right reasons.
I just don't think killing a single group of people for any reason is probably going to be justifiable, in my opinion. I don't like that ideal.
Are you speaking from like the moralistic, like across the board, you shouldn't do it?
Do you think there's a group of people that besides like pedophiles?
Okay, because I was about to say like that.
No, I'm okay with pedophiles. Yeah. No, I'm talking like I'm speaking like of maybe specific groups of people, like ethnic groups, possibly. I don't
Like-
think
Or
you could
religious
justify.
groups?
I mean, like I could do with like one less like Portuguese Canadian. Fuck you out.
That was funny. That was well done. I like that. That was a good pivot.
That was he played the long game on that
I
one.
know
I like
you
that.
really drew that one out. Did that just come to you, or were you angling that way?
I mean, it's always in the back of my mind where I want to angle it. You know, I guess I need to take this moment to tell Al I really don't want anything bad to happen to you. I secretly like you. We're going bowling when I ever go to Canada. I'll take you. Like you'll have to like fire up like the snowmobile or whatever.
He's gonna be
like,
so confused. He's like, I don't know if I should. Like,
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, he's in Canada, and I know it snows in Canada, and I don't ever go to Canada. So, do they have?
Because you don't like the French people?
Well, I mean, that's part of it.
well, that's only one province.
They did surrender in World War II.
That's only one province.
Well, but like, here's the thing.
Cheese eating surrender
Well, like,
monkeys.
so say we do go up there and we go visit everyone, and we meet Al, and face to face.
The first thing out of your mouth is going to be "fuck you, Al." I know
it will.
Absolutely.
It absolutely will. Except for if it's in that group of people, I'm gonna be totally nice to him, and like he's gonna tell everyone else that like I'm the asshole.
No, this guy's been an asshole to me the whole time on the podcast.
I'm gonna be nothing but nice to him.
Like, Al, what are you talking about? Like, I love you so much. Like, this is our first meeting, and I'm so excited and happy to meet you finally.
He's gonna give him a hug and make it just a little longer than
Oh,
necessary.
I'm totally gonna whisper in his ear, "Fuck you, Al."
You need to carry like watch a little bit of porn beforehand. Give yourself like a simi
Oh,
and press it into his thigh.
I don't need porn. I'm gonna have a hate boner for Al.
Holy shit! That is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I would love for our podcast to meet those people that do that podcast because it'll be interesting.
Oh God. Oh man, they're awesome people, man. I love hanging out with them and coming on and doing their ag hall socials and everything. We'll crash one time for sure.
Let's do it.
No, absolutely.
But like, if I go up there and like I go visit Al, like, are we gonna have to like take like a sled to like go to the bowling alley? It's like
No, they all got snowmobiles.
okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I think. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't like stay winter though. I mean, it's a long winter and it's cold, but like you can go in May.
We're gonna have to go in like June or July.
I don't know if I want to go that hot, but you know.
I'd love to go.
It's still gonna be in the 60s.
I would love to go like during like the CFL. I'd love to go to like an Alouettes game or something.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can make that happen.
Okay. Like where are they at? Like
Let's go to a Maple Leafs game.
geographically.
I think they're around Toronto, but they
Okay,
from
so-
what I don't
all
know
right, so
exactly.
It's an
Obviously.
Argos game. That's
Maple
fine.
Leafs.
Yeah, we can do both.
Fuck yeah.
From what I understand, I think Matt is one of the other guys in the podcast. He lives closer to. Oh God, no! I think it's Ontario. I don't know. Shit.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Either way.
But from what I understand, Al said they live. I think they live kind of out like in the country a little bit. Like they're like an hour outside of.
Like hide the bodies kind of country.
I mean, they're in the
So
neighborhood.
are they upcountry DJs?
They're next to the upcountry Degens.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Okay. Okay. Butthole tickler. Okay. So the 10 rings reneged on what they realized they'd.
Hang on, is this sort of like Leon the Professional? Like, did your uncle teach you to like tickle the buttholes, or like?
Oh my god, dude! Really?
I'm just trying to figure out. Like, do you just wake up and decide you're a butthole tickler, or do you like learn it from someone?
Was the idea implanted somewhere else, or was it implanted in you? If you know what I mean. Oh. Like Batman and Robin, and then Robin grows up to become Batman.
Oh, did you inherit like large sums of money from your uncle?
Butthole tickling.
My uncle's still alive.
Oh, is he still running that summer camp? Those poor kids, man.
Okay, so oh god, Pepper Potts has discovered that oh god, where am I? I've totally lost. That Stone had hired the 10 rings to kill Stark, but the 10 rings have gone back on their agreement, and they realize that they had a direct route to Stark's weapons. Potts then meets with Agent Phil Coulson of S.H.I.E.L.D., an intelligence agency, and inform him of Stane's activities. So yeah, that's,
Shield, is that like the Agents of Shield thing?
yes,
Oh,
Yeah. What was the strategic homeland?
something
Oh my
defense.
god!
It ends with
Yeah.
defense.
I can't remember what it is now.
I will say to your point about the bald guy always being the bad guy. I do say it is a bit of a tropey. I think
Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division.
Yeah, it's a bit tropey to make the boss, or the manager, the friend as the bad guy all along. It's kind of, again, you kind of see it coming. I mean, of course, if you ever read the comics, you saw it coming anyways, but that's not the point.
But again, like I said, you have 60, 70 years of canon with Iron Man, because I think he came out in 50s or 60s.
Yeah, at least. But Jeff Bridges, you have to admit, he nails Stain really, really well.
So I got a question for you, because you talk about like all these years of canon and stuff, And like, there's been this big movement recently of like reinventing these superheroes as like transgender or LGBTQ plus.
Right.
I mean, do you feel like it violates the canon, or do you think it falls in line with the canon? Because I don't read comics.
So here's my thing. And if you want to create a character and have them be LGBTQ plus G, whatever, I don't care. Create that character and establish that story. Do not
Steal from another character?
Do not take something that has years and years of canon, like Marvel or DC or James Bond or whatever, or something like that, and try to cram something in there to fit a woke social agenda that we have going on now. That's my attitude towards it. Leave the characters the fuck alone, because they've been this way for so long and there's nothing wrong with them.
I mean, I don't think there's... I don't really know how to answer that question, because I mean, it's one thing if you take some minor character, because I mean, there's so many different versions of characters now, because you have all these different, like in the DC universe, it's like you have Earth 2052 and you have Earth 774. Like they actually, in DC universe, that's a specific numbered universe, and I think in the next Flash movie,
the idea of like the infinite universe,
yeah.
Like, therefore,
and so in the next Flash movie, they're kind of doing what they're doing with Doctor Strange is they're doing a multiverse crossover. So you've got Michael Keaton coming back from the original Batman, from like the 80s Batman. Ben Affleck is going to be a Batman. The guy who plays the Flash, Ezra Miller, he's playing multiple versions of the Flash that they all come together and work together and stuff like that. So to say that a character can't be gay or LGBTQ plus whatever it is, I don't think it's necessarily. I don't think it's against canon, but I mean it just depends on, I guess, what universe they're in. People want to see stories with
people they identify with.
So I mean,
my argument is, though, you can create your own character. You can do it. You can even do it within that universe. Create a new character for that universe, and let that character have its own storyline.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you, but I also don't think. I mean, just because Tony Stark is, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is who he is, there's not to say I don't see why if they wanted to create a character that has the gravitas that Tony Stark has as a character, and they want to make him gay, who cares? Because it'll give maybe someone a feeling of like, this is someone that has history that they know is, at this point, I guess you call it straight history, but now that he's gay, who cares? I mean, let him be gay.
So let somebody, let the next person to take over the Iron Man suit that is not Tony Stark, let them be gay.
Yeah. I mean... there are avenues that go about it.
That's what I'm saying. Don't.
I mean, I got you. I just wanted to see what the dorks felt about it.
I mean, some of it's kind of crazy. Some of it I don't really care that much about because it just doesn't affect me, So, all right. So here we go. Moving on before we get into really dangerous waters. Stain scientists cannot.
Too late.
I know, right? Stain scientists cannot duplicate Stark's miniaturized arc reactor, so Stain ambushes Stark at his home and steals the one from his chest. Stark then manages to get his old original reactor to replace before dying. Potts and several S.H.I.E.L.D. agents attempt to arrest Stain, but he dons his suit and attacks them. Stark fights Stain, but is outmatched with his old reactor to run his new suit at full capacity. The fight carries Stark and Stain to the top of the Stark Industries building, and Stark instructs Potts to overload the large arc reactor powering the building. This unleashes a massive electrical surge that causes Stain and his armor to fall into the exploding reactor, killing him. The next day, at a press conference, Stark publicly admits to being the superhero the press conference is dubbed Iron Man. And finally, in a post-credit scene, S.H.I.E.L.D. director Nick Fury visits Stark. Did you see that part, the mid-credit scene?
No.
Oh, you didn't see Samuel L. Jackson?
The stinger at the end?
Nope.
Oh,
I should have watched it.
Yeah.
Nick Fury visits Stark at his home, telling him that Iron Man is quote unquote not the only superhero in the world, and explaining that he wants to discuss the Avenger Initiative. And I remember hearing that the first time.
Hell yes.
Nerd boner.
Chills.
Full on nerd boner.
Does this Like, do you remember like the movie Unbreakable with like Bruce Willis, where
Yeah.
he's a superhero
Yeah.
and Samuel L. Jackson,
Yeah.
like is the bad guy?
Mr. Glass.
Yeah. Does it sort of fall in line with like that kind of logic?
How do you mean?
You said Samuel L. Jackson, so I just
No.
He's
So
a- he's a-
Samuel L.
he's a
Jackson.
good guy.
Yeah, he's a normal guy. He's not a superhero, but he runs
Well,
basically.
he's missing an eye,
He is missing an eye.
which
Yeah.
you find out why in
probably not trustworthy then.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Thank you.
Yeah, but you probably don't trust people with an eye patch, a mustache.
He's bald.
Bald.
He's bald. He has an eye patch and
A facial
facial hair. But
Trifecta.
he's the leader.
But he's
of,
also the head of S.H.I.E.L.D.
he's the head of Shield. He's the leader of the government agency.
Yeah. Do you trust the government? I don't.
That's 4 strikes.
I mean,
In Trey's logic, that's
Yeah.
4 strikes.
I mean, do you remember what they did to the people of Tuskegee?
it's fair.
Or the whole country in the 40s.
Internment camps?
I mean, it's one of them.
Okay.
I'll say this. Well, I guess I'll get into that later on with we can do the ratings and reviews. So, but yeah, so that's Iron Man.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
You know, I love that fight scene at the end when you see when they're both taking their suits up in the atmosphere, and,
Touching tips. Yeah.
Yes, touching tips, whatever.
I mean, they were pretty close.
They're in
What'd you
mechanical
do
suits.
about the what do you say? What'd you do about the frost?
About the frosting issue?
Yeah. What?
or the icing.
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 And I like how he doesn't he like just knock him
Yeah. Tink.
and he falls down. Well, I was going to say this for my review. One of the things I don't like about this movie is you spent this whole movie of Tony becoming Iron Man and building the suit and doing all the prep and the trials and learning how to fly, and he builds a new arc reactor and all this stuff.
That's 3/4 of the movie.
And when they finally had the fight, it's a decently long fight. I felt it was a little on the short side, but I'm not going to complain about that. I hate that it starts when he takes the arc reactor. You don't get to see when he finally has a worthy opponent to fight against in his the Mark II Iron Man suit. It's not even at full capacity.
That was the Mark. No, you're right. That is the Mark II.
It's the Mark II.
Mark I was the one in the desert.
In the one in the desert.
Yeah.
And so he fights Stain in this Mark II, but he's at what, half power? And
Well,
it just sucks that you
it's
see
not that it's not that he's at half power. He's just not.
He was at
He
partial
know
power.
He just knows he can't afford to have that fight go on for very long because otherwise he's fucked.
Which is also kind of strange because I thought the whole point of the arc reactor is that it doesn't have to be charged. So you would think that wouldn't be. It's not a battery that you have to charge. So you wouldn't think that would be an issue. And if it does,
Well, I think that it's like an alternator. It can put out so much power to, like in your vehicle. You
Yeah, I know
put
what
out
the
so much.
alternator is.
It put out so much power to recharge a battery, but if you have too many things drawing on that battery
it's going to drain the battery.
faster than the alternator can charge it up, it's still going to drain that battery down.
Yeah, you just feel you finally get to have the fight, and it's not even at full strength. That's just it feels kind of like it was. You don't really get to
I
see
think
Iron Man really fight as Iron Man
doesn't
full
that-
bars until
doesn't that
Iron Man
make
2.
him-
I think that goes to show how good of a scientist and engineer
He is
Tony
compared
Stark
to
is
the
compared
other
to
engineers that
Obadiah
company.
Stane and his team of engineers.
Yeah, well, but we don't know how much testing and all the build up because we saw Tony testing everything and he learned these things.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Stane did not have as much time, even though he had more people. They didn't test as much as Tony did, like the icing issue.
Well, not only that, but I mean, like, Tony was supposed to be the best,
Yeah, Yeah.
So
he
was on the cover of Rolling Stone, for God's sake.
Yeah, he's a military innovator. He's a weapon innovator. So, do we want to do ratings, or you want me to do I got my top 5 trivia. Do you want to do that first, or you want to do ratings first?
5 beers,
Let's do the top 5 stuff, and then we'll go into ratings.
still 5 beers.
Come on, that's funny.
I don't like it with the fart.
You don't like it with the
I
fart?
think it takes something away from it.
Yeah, well, this whole thing's a little childish, but that's very childish.
It makes me laugh. That's what's important here. Okay, all right, top 5 trivia. Here we go.
You know what else makes you laugh? Having your butthole tickled. So I hear.
Or as Steven likes to call it, Tuesdays.
I had told you to lock the door when you leave, by the way. I'm tired of having to ask you to do that, Tucker.
That's why you have a key to his house.
I know, right? All right, top 5 movie. Number 5, Rhodey's ringtone is the same as the 1966 Iron Man cartoon theme music.
Oh.
Did you know that?
No,
There you go.
didn't care.
Number 4, one of the cars in Tony Stark's garage is actually a
Tesla
Tesla
Roadster.
Roadster, which had not been released during the film's production.
Yep, suck it.
No. Number 3, fucker.
So he did a little bit of research.
Rock guitarist Tom Morello assisted
Yeah, he's one of the guards.
Raymond
And then he
Dwaji
did,
in composing the film's soundtrack. Morello also had a cameo in the film as security guard who gets killed by the Ironmonger.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
I did not know that.
I didn't know
Which
that.
one was
I knew
he?
that. He's one of the ones in the beginning.
It had, like,
No,
yeah.
Ironmonger. Ironmonger's is Obadiah Stane.
Whatever.
Yeah, so it would have been at the end.
No. Could have been one of the guards when they fucking wiped him out.
Was he one of the terrorist guards, or was he one of?
He just said one of the guards on the.
It just
on
says
trivia.
it says as a security guard.
So that's gonna have to be Stark Industries then.
That's what I would imagine. That's what I thought. I mean, he could have been one of the terrorists, I guess. I don't know. Number 2, this is the last film with special effects from expert Stan Winston that was completed before his death.
I've heard that before.
I did not know that.
I've heard that before.
I hate that too because Stan Winston, man, he was a fucking legend. All right, number 1, the line "I am Iron Man" was ad-libbed by Robert Downy Jr. and the producer Kevin Feige approved it, using it in the final cut of the film. And he also credits this as his decision to largely do away with secret identities in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with only Spider-Man actually using a secret identity, which he lost in his last movie.
Okay.
Pretty neat, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, top
Yeah,
5.
whatever.
I'll change it back. God, you're such stick in the muds. All right, time for ratings, I guess. Trey, you want to go ahead and...
5 beers.
How?
It's not a good movie.
You have to justify
it's
this.
not.
I know it's
Like,
your rating. You have to justify this.
I mean, it's a fucking superhero movie. It's not plausible. I don't care about it. Like,
Harry
And
Potter.
Harry Potter
Harry
is?
Potter.
it is. Magic is real, you fucking muggles.
You're making my brain hurt. But why? I just don't understand why.
There's nothing great about it. Like, he's not as witty as fucking Deadpool. So, like, as far as, like, sassy fucking, like, commentary.
Do you like
from
Deadpool?
The little bit of, like, stuff I, like, saw on YouTube. I haven't watched it. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, like, I don't know of any other, like, superheroes that go around insulting people. So, like,
Are you talking? You mean like Deadpool?
yeah, like Deadpool. Because, like, that's what he is. He's sassy at the beginning.
He's a little sassy.
Yeah.
Well, he's a party boy. He's an alcoholic.
he's a playboy billionaire
genius playboy billionaire.
Okay, so was Howard
that
Hughes.
went 12 for
And-
12 with Maximum Cover Girls.
I mean, he's part of his personality is based off of Howard Hughes.
Okay.
The fact that like when he was originally written back in way back when.
Yeah, so I mean, he's not as awesome as Howard Hughes. I'd rather watch The Aviator. Go ahead.
How is he not as awesome? I mean, he created a fucking.
Howard Hughes is real. This is a made up person.
Harry Potter is made up.
No, it's based on a real person.
Stephen,
Oh fuck.
go ahead.
I love this movie. I've loved it since the first time I saw it. I think like I said, it's got some shortcomings. But
Chris gave me some proxy too, so I'll
He
tell
did
you.
not.
I'll tell you that.
no,
at
I'll
the
take
end.
his proxy for this one.
No, I'll tell you what he said.
Okay.
No.
I'll tell you at the end.
Okay.
I don't want to skew the ratings.
You've already skewed the ratings with 5, which is
it was a bad movie.
no, it was not.
I knew what fucking happened before I fucking watched it.
Everyone that we did this. IMDb 7.9, Rotten Tomatoes 94%, Metacritic 79, but that's not 5 beers.
Yeah, it is.
That would be
That's
that
a
would be
beer.
that would
That's
be
a
th-
beer.
No, if you're one of those other ones, it's
All right. So what, Stephen? What's your rating?
I'm going to give it 2 because what?
All right.
I mean, it's got some things. It's aged a little bit. The technology has gotten better. I think the story could be more robust, but it's a great movie. But I'm just saying it's not like, I mean, there's not. You get some character development, but I mean, I think they just do a better job in the long. I mean, you see character development in the long run, but for one movie.
Well, this was a testing
It
ground.
is.
For
I
the rest
completely
of the,
agree.
The
That's
rest
why.
of the Marvel Cinematic
So they
Universe.
went vanilla on it, and that's okay. I still think it works. It's still a great movie. I'm saying it's better than average.
Okay. All right. So you're giving it 2 beers.
I'll give it 2.
All right. So I was super excited when this movie came out. Loved it in the movie theaters, and to me, it's still held up. Yes, some of the effects have aged a little bit. Some of the technology they use, the phones and stuff like that, it's aged. The special effects still look really good because a lot of them are practical effects. It's a fun movie, and it's spawned an entire universe that's been going on now for 13 years, almost 14 years at this point.
20 plus movies.
Yeah, 20 movies. What are we at? 3 or 4 TV shows.
More coming.
Yeah, more coming. I mean, what it started is incredible, and I think that it still, for the most part, holds up. Is it perfect? No. Is it really, really good for what it is? And it didn't. And this movie did kind of redefine the whole superhero movie.
It really did.
So for that,
the modern superhero movie.
So for that, this is a 1 beer movie.
It's fair. Trey again.
Yes.
Chris.
Speaking as Chris,
We'll see if we actually agree with this and if we're going to keep it.
it's a 2 beer movie.
We'll have to let Chris.
I can actually go with that. Is that what he told you?
I mean,
tell you that, or he texted it to you?
He texted.
Did he really?
Let me see the text message.
No.
Okay, I was about to say.
Chris would give this a 2 beer movie. Speaking on his behalf,
I can actually agree with
I'm
that.
okay with that.
he would give this a 2 beer movie.
He can amend it. He can amend it
I
next
mean,
week if he
he's
wants
more
to.
than welcome to.
So
but
we'll do it as a 2 beer for now, which brings
Yeah.
us to a 10. That's 2.5 beer movie all around.
Average.
So it's a completely average movie, which is
yeah,
Not sure I agree with your 5, but that's okay.
it's not a good movie. It's not like
If it's not a good movie, how is it so highly rated and how did it make so much damn money?
hold on. If it's so bad, you cannot sit here and tell me this movie is on the same page as Independence Day,
Yes,
Backdraft,
it
and
is.
Double Dragon.
Yep.
You need to be fucking drug tested.
well, I'll fail, but I mean, like either way,
Because he's obviously high right now.
no. But I mean, like it's just not good. It's not in my wheelhouse.
Just because
Okay,
it's
but
not in your
just-
wheelhouse
it's
doesn't
not-
mean it's not a good movie.
Once Upon a Time in America is not in my wheelhouse, but I think I gave that.
But here's the thing, though.
Where's the fucking spreadsheet?
We are representative of a population. There will be a small segment of this population that would give it 5 beers, while others would give it 1 or 2 or 2. I mean, clearly, I'm
Open the
in the
finder.
minority in this group, but just like everyone else, like the people who don't like it are far fewer than the ones that do.
It's true.
It doesn't work for me. Like it's not realistic. Because guess what? You give me $1 billion, I'm not fucking fighting crimes. I'm fucking banging models.
So, all right, I just want to go back to so Once Upon a Time in America, you gave that 3 beers. I gave it 3 beers. Chris gave it 2. Steven gave it 2.5.
Yeah.
This movie is comparable to that, at least.
It's not. It's not. The other one's like a realistic storyline. I can get behind it. This one's not.
You gave Backdraft that
But
you
see,
didn't watch
that's
all the way
also,
through.
you understand that's part of his character growth is that he before he was kidnapped and realized that his best friend and mentor was actively trying to kill him, he was a genius playboy billionaire. He banged all models. He didn't care about awards. He just wanted to have fun and get drunk and gamble and shit. He went through a character change, some character growth development, and wanted to become and this progresses this specific storyline progresses through all the Marvel movies to the last one he's in Endgame. Sorry, spoilers. He even says in one of the movies, I can't remember which one it is, he says, I want to put he wants to put an Iron Man suit, a shield around the Earth to protect the Earth.
Okay.
He becomes the protector. That's what he wants to, he's grown as a person from being selfish to being selfless.
Okay. So let's play a little thing here. Let's see here. All right. Do you know who Adolf Dassler is and Rudolph Dassler? Without
No.
looking it up, humor me in this.
No, I don't.
Dassler.
Okay.
No, okay.
Okay. So,
Or if I do, I've forgotten it.
all right. These are a pair of brothers, and
Not the Bielski brothers.
no, but they lived in Germany.
Gather that part.
Yeah, so they survived, the rise of the Nazis and, post. They had this company, and then there was a falling out. One of the brothers, instead of, sitting there going back trying to, like, fight his brother to the death, just went across town, fucking opened another company. Did the same fucking thing. And they
Is
were
this
in competition with each other.
Adidas or is this?
Adidas and Puma.
Yeah, Adidas and Puma.
Now that you say that, I have heard that.
Yeah.
So
So I'm just saying, like, you have an issue with your business partner. You're not going to fucking go fight crime and try and go fucking kill him. You're just going to fucking go open another goddamn company.
but
Go
your
put 'em out of
business partner
business.
didn't pay terrorists to kidnap you to kill you.
Could have. You don't know. I wasn't there.
I don't think that happened.
A lot of the shitty shit happened, in Germany around the 1940s. Do you disagree?
No, I do not disagree.
Okay. So, I mean,
I just don't think they were paying terrorists. I don't think one of the brothers paid a terrorist to kidnap the other brother and have him killed. And then it backfired on him, and he put on his Pumas and ran out.
I'm just saying, in the grand scheme, if anything happened in like a business. Oh, speaking of business, remember that restaurant we looked at buying? They reached out to me. That negotiation fell through.
No shit.
Yeah.
We need to talk about that afterwards.
Okay.
Are we talking about
Something else.
downtown?
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I got that email.
All right. Well, 2.5 beers. Iron Man done in the book.
That's so wrong.
Anyways.
Okay,
all right. Well,
that's it.
So you can find us on the web.
All right, hang on. So is this the best of all the Marvel movies?
No.
All right. So
I don't
so we clearly have room for them to get better.
Arguably.
They're all
No, don't say
really
they're all.
good.
No, they're not
They're
all
all
really
really
good.
good.
They're not. They're not.
I
They're
mean,
not equally good. There's no fucking way that 20 movies are all fucking equally
there's
good.
some variants, but they're all good.
Okay, like
Yeah, I enjoy
Like,
all of them
yeah.
personally, but
yeah, so like 2.5.
there are
like,
some that aren't as strong as others. I can agree with that.
Yeah,
Yes,
But
but,
there-
that
but-
doesn't
but
make
it's-
it a bad movie.
Here's
2.5 is not a bad movie. It's not. We have several that we've rated lower than 2.5 movies.
We have a lot we rated lower than 2.5.
So I mean, I'm just saying, like, if these other ones are better, then guess what? It'll show up in the fucking ratings.
God, I'm just like I would love to get through all these, and I would love to hear your opinion of because Endgame was really that was
Infinity
so
War.
good. Both of them was so good and so well done, and it's kind of
Way
daunting.
better than anything in the Harry Potter universe.
Well,
It's kind of daunting to think about. I don't know, man.
there's way too much method acting in this though, because like for them to really kill the fucking Black Panther, like that's pretty shitty.
Zinger. Okay, whoa. On that
Wow.
note, Steven,
You can-
where do they find us?
You can find us on the web at theguysreview.simplecast.com. You can email me anything and I will read it poorly. And I love the question that Marcus sent us. Send us another question. Email us at theguysreviewpod@gmail.com. Instagram at theguysreviewpod. Twitter at @the_guysreview. Remember to like the tweet at the top of the page and we'll throw you in our DM group and you can make fun of us in real time. Facebook.com/theguysreviewpod. And we have a YouTube channel, but we have to have enough followers to change the link. And I'm not even going to read out because it's a bunch of letters and shit.
Fair enough.
Anything else anyone wants to add? Okay. Well, please subscribe, rate, and review us wherever you get your podcast from. And on behalf of Chris is not here, Trey and Tucker, this has been another episode of The Guys Review. Thanks so much.